Hi, hope you're having a great day. You're watching Entertainment, and this is my video on every single possible project that Loki could have set up for the future of the MCU. This video has a lot of information, like a lot. It's definitely at the Loki finale, which set up a lot, and I'm just so excited to share this information with you. But before we get started, please make sure to leave a like. It would definitely help out this video a lot, and it would really make my day. So please leave a like, as well as subscribe if you want a lot more content like this. For example, I'm doing a video like this for Black Widow, and I'm gonna do a lot more videos on Loki. So definitely make sure to subscribe, and as well as leave down in the comments down below what project you want. Are you the most excited that Loki set up? I'm definitely very curious. Okay, now let's get started. So I'm going to start with the next project in the MCU list that Loki set up, which is What If. What If is the next project that's coming out in just a little under a month at the time that I'm recording this, which is super hyped up. The trailer came out like last week ago, and I made a whole video about it, about every single possible What If that there's going to be in that show. I think will be in the corner for sure. Make sure to check it out if you're excited for that show. You want to know every single What If. They all sound awesome, and the Loki definitely set this up because we know, and it has been confirmed, that What If is connected to the MCU, to the MCU overall story, and Loki definitely made this possible, which I can understand why they waited for this to be after Loki, because apparently the series has been done for a while now, but they wanted to wait after Loki, which makes complete sense, and it's because obviously at the end of Loki they created the multiverse, which obviously this is going to be part of all those different new branches that we saw at the end of Loki, which is super exciting, super awesome. And that is the first project that Loki set up, obviously. The next project is very clearly Spiderman No Way Home. After the multiverse got created in this place, we finally get all these different realities, which allows for the confirmed villains like Dr. Octavius and Electro to be in the MCU. Which we know that Dr. Octavius is the one from Spider-Man 2, because Alfred Molina himself confirmed that his place will pick up right after he took down the tower from Spider-Man 2, and he supposedly died in that movie, but I guess he didn't, as No Way Home. We'll see. But definitely we'll get to see that version. We'll get to see Jamie Foxx's Electro again, which obviously was the actor for Electro in The Amazing Spider-Man. And that's all thanks to to Loki setting up the multiverse that this is even possible. And we might also get, thanks to this, the heavily rumored Tobey Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, which is super, super exciting. This definitely set up the multiverse for Spider-Man No Way Home, and I'm super hyped up to see how Spider-Man No Way Home deals with it, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be from a completely different perspective than this perspective we got from Loki, because we saw Loki firsthand. Now it's time to see it from a third party, to like, how does it look from the outside. I'm definitely very excited to see, and we're gonna get all these villains and possibly the 2 new Spider-Mans. Yes, good job Loki for setting up this. Okay, the next project that Loki definitely set up is Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, with the show themselves saying that they will create a Multiverse of Madness multiple times, especially in the first episode, whenever Miss Minutes was like, without the TVA we will create the Multiverse of Madness, which definitely got created at the end. Like, there's no way they didn't get created. They definitely got created. Multiverse of Madness. Yes, yes, yes. We're obviously gonna get the Multiverse of War that they set up in at the end of Loki. I don't know if it's gonna be in this movie, or in this movie it's just gonna be the setup for the super huge Multiverse of War that we haven't yet learned about, maybe like a Avengers movie or something. But so far, this sounds amazing. Definitely so hyped up to see the Multiverse of War. Definitely so hyped up to go through all these different universes and see which one who appears in the universe. Can you imagine all the cameos that there's going to be? It's going to be amazing. And Loki definitely made this possible. If you want to know if Loki's going to be in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, make sure to check out my video. It's right here. I talk about whether Loki's going to be in Thor: Love and Thunder or in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. So definitely go ahead and check it out. I think it'll be in the corner, as you can see. So yeah, definitely super excited. Loki definitely set this up. Okay, so what other projects does Loki set up? Well, Antman and the Wasp Quantamania, for sure. Why? Well, the Antman and the Wasp villain for Antman and the Wasp Quantamania will be Kang, which this show set up the existence of Kang, especially as seen at the beginning of the episode whenever you see the statue of Kang, which is super, super cool, super, super cool. I don't have zero idea how Antman and the Wasp are going to deal with Kang. Hopefully he's not just for that movie. Hopefully he plays into maybe a big Avengers movie. Hopefully that's just a start. But definitely it sets up Antman and the Wasp Quantumania. For sure that movie will be time traveling, because we know now how the MCU is starting to go in these directions. and Kang obviously is a time traveler villain. So Ant-Man the Wasp is definitely going to be a time traveling movie, which makes sense because in Endgame, Ant-Man was the one that came up with the idea to time travel back in time to get the Infinity Stones. So it definitely makes sense. You can definitely do it with the pin particles through the quantum realm. So definitely very excited for that movie. Super, super, super excited for that movie. Loki definitely set up the villain perfectly. Kang was amazing in the show one. The variant of Kang, it's so complicated, but he was cool, and it definitely set up the actual Kang amazingly. So can't wait to see that. Okay, the other project that Loki maybe set up, this one is not a confirmed project, but maybe set up, is Eternals. Why? Well, in the Eternals trailer, they keep saying that they have never interfered with humanity until now. Now, why is that? Well, maybe it's because of the multiverse. I mean, it will make complete sense. It will make sense with the timeline because we know this is after Endgame, and so it will make sense that so we know that this movie is in present day of the MCU. So it would make sense that they have now interfered because the multiverse is going mad in this universe, and it would make complete sense. And it also makes a lot of sense because they have asked a lot of Marvel executives, including Kevin Feige himself, why the Eternals have interfered, and they haven't said a thing. And it would make sense that it would be because they were holding off the secret that the multiverse is going to go mad, and that's why they're interfering. It also makes sense that for that because these creatures are not any creatures. These are like godlike creatures. They're Eternals. They're literally Eternals. They have been there from the beginning of time. So it would make sense that it would be because of the multiverse going mad and crazy, and maybe the TVA going mad and crazy, and it would fit perfectly. I think it makes a lot of sense that Loki would set up this project. Like I said, it's not confirmed though. I'm not saying it's for sure. I'm just saying it makes sense. Okay, another project that this maybe set up is Thor. I don't know if it's going to be Thor Love and Thunder or a different Thor project. We'll see. But it definitely kept Loki alive. And obviously, Loki and Thor are going to have to reunite. There's nothing outside of that. They're going to have to reunite before either Loki actually dies or Thor actually dies. Who knows? But Loki and Thor will definitely reunite. And this definitely sets up maybe a possible future project for the MCU. Maybe a Loki and Thor spin-off, which would be awesome, completely awesome. That would be bonkers, definitely for sure. I would love that. So maybe it would be setting up that. We don't know, but we do know that Thor and Loki will have to meet again. So it's setting up a project where they will and had to end up meeting up again eventually, which would be awesome. Another project that this for sure sets up is Blade, because they completely reference that TVA agents have caught vampires, which and I think it was in episode 4. So that definitely sets up Blade perfectly because, as we know, Blade is a vampire killer, and they already started introducing the existence of vampires in the MCU, which is perfect. We know that the Blade movie is coming. This is setting it up. It was like a little setup, just a little small wink at the audience to know that, yes, Blade is coming. Vampires do exist in this universe. Just letting you know right now, which is awesome. I think that they're setting up Blade. Another project that they're definitely setting up is Deadpool, because without this project, like I said, Deadpool would not be a thing. So, and we know Deadpool is getting a movie, his third movie, and it will be in the MCU. And we even got the promo like 2 days ago where Korg and Deadpool were reacting to the Free Guy trailer, which was so funny. It's also so funny. It was awesome. But we know that he's now in the MCU. And another way for that to be possible is because of Loki's multiversal madness, like I guess you would say, the multiverse expansion, the TVA not printing all these branches, I guess. I don't know what I would call it, but definitely it's because of that. So definitely setting up Deadpool 3 to even happen, to even possibly exist. I don't know what Deadpool 3 is going to be about. I have no idea, but it definitely sets up Deadpool 3 for that. Another thing that this project definitely sets up, oh my god, so many projects, I swear, is the Young Avengers. Yes, the Young Avengers. We really started seeing the Young Avengers coming together. We've seen WandaVision set it up with Billy and Tommy. We've seen Falcon and Soldier, I don't know, I forgot the name. Set it up with the nephew of Isaiah Bradley. I think it's the nephew of Isaiah Bradley. I'm not really sure. Patriot, I forgot what his name was. But yeah, we see him setting up with that there. We're seeing Hailey Steinfeld as Kate Bishop in Hawkeye, which she definitely fits into Young Avengers. And so on and so on and so on. So they're definitely setting up the Young Avengers. But how does Loki set up the Young Avengers? Well, in the comics, Sylvie's Enchantress, is in the Young Avengers. She is part of the Young Avengers. In fact, I covered that when we were theorizing whether it was Lady Loki or Enchantress. And I said I think it might be Sylvie because they're setting up the Young Avengers. And it would make perfect sense that they will introduce Sylvie and then make her join that team. Now, will I think that's still going to happen? Probably not, because she looks pretty old. But I do think that they're setting it up with somebody else, which is Kid Loki. Yes, Kid Loki, who can definitely be used in the Young Avengers. He's definitely fit in the Young Avengers before, and he would definitely fit in the Young Avengers as Kid Loki, especially since he is so popular in the comics. I mean, he's extremely popular, and it will make sense for him to continue in the MCU, because if they just used him for a one-time episode appearance, that would be a complete waste. And I'm 100% sure they're going to keep using him, at least in Loki Season 2. So it would definitely make sense for him to join the Young Avengers, and definitely sets it up perfect, an amazing team that they're going to have for the Young Avengers, and I can't wait for that. And another thing that Loki Season 1 sets up is obviously Loki Season 2 sets it up very well. Sets it up with Ravonna, sets it up with Mobius, sets it up with Hunter B-15, sets it up with Sylvie, so many things. So definitely, I know this sounds kind of stupid because it's not obvious, obviously. But yeah, Loki Season 2, and it could possibly set up Secret Invasion. Why? Well, we know in this universe, at least some Skrulls are good, as shown in Captain Marvel and as shown by Nick Fury. Nick Fury is using them on Earth, as at least as Spiderman No Way Home. So we definitely know that the Skrulls are good in this universe. But what if we got Skrulls from a different universe where they're actually evil? You see where I'm going there? Different universe, or maybe they switched the timeline in our timeline and they messed it up, so now the Skrulls are evil. One or the other, but definitely it just makes a lot of sense that that's how they would do Secret Invasion after they make the Skrulls good in Captain Marvel. We'll for sure see later. I could be completely theorizing out of the crazy, but it's a possibility for sure, and it sounds amazing. And lastly, the last MCU project that Loki has been setting up is Secret Wars, which is incredible, awesome. Secret Wars. In case you don't know what Secret Wars is, I'm just gonna say like the smallest detail. It's a multiversal war between a bunch of different universes fighting to survive, which is basically what Kang was kind of saying at the start of episode 6, when I started, like in the middle of episode 6, or basically what they were saying in Loki episode 1, whenever Miss Minutes was talking about how the TVA was created and how the different multiverses were fighting for existence. That's kind of what Secret Wars is, in case you didn't know what it was. So yes, definitely, they're spicing up Secret Wars, and that is a huge deal. That is going to be Marvel's biggest thing ever. Have zero idea how they're going to do it. Like, it's going to be super big, super complicated. The scope of that has to be huge, and I can't wait to see it. I mean, it's Secret Wars, different multiversal wars. I mean, yes, sign me in. And it's funny because everybody thought that the multiverse was going to end after Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, but clearly it's just the beginning. It's just starting. It's amazing. So much potential in this, and this is probably going to be what is Avengers 5 Secret Wars. That's probably what it's going to be. So, and that would be awesome. Avengers 5 Secret Wars. Kang is not actually the one in Antman and the Wasp, but instead Kang lives on and he fights the Avengers because, in the words of Green Mephisto, Kang is an Avengers level threat. And definitely it will be amazing. Incredible fights, maybe even with multiple Kangs fighting multiple Avengers, villains, and Secret Wars, the villains and the heroes team up to fight this threat. So villains and heroes teaming up against Kang, and it would just be amazing, and I definitely can't wait for that. Like, Loki definitely opened the doors for that, and I definitely think it's going there. I definitely think that's the biggest, not the biggest, but I definitely think that's the next big thing that Marvel's setting up after, obviously, the Infinity Saga. Which is interesting, because I really thought Secret Invasion was going to be the next big thing, but now I'm starting to think that it's Secret Wars. Secret Wars seems to be the super huge, amazing thing that they're going to set up, which is amazing. Can't wait to see it, and yeah, just super excited for that. Super excited for that. Definitely just awesome. Just, you'll love it. Another possible project that Loki is setting up is the Fantastic Four. Why? Well, Kang is the descendant of Mr. Fantastic, so they could definitely end up setting that up with Fantastic Four, since we already know that they are coming into this MCU as announced last December on Disney's Investor Day. This could happen. They might take it off just because it could be overcomplicated, and Kevin Feige kind of likes to keep things simple, especially since now there's Disney Plus rules. He probably should try to keep it as simple as possible. So they could maybe cut the ties, but it is a high chance that Kang does end up being descendant from Reed Richards. So definitely keep that in mind. It could fit into with Fantastic Four, it could not. But I just want to say it's possible that it sets up. That's why I put it as a bonus, because I don't really count it because I'm not super sure that it will, but it's a possibility that it will. So yeah. So that is 10 MCU projects that Loki sets up. Definitely took me a while to get this list together, so I would definitely appreciate it if you could leave a like. Please leave a like. Will definitely make my day. I know I'm saying definitely a lot. I should probably stop saying definitely. So I'm definitely gonna stop. Okay, now I'm stopping. Okay, So, but for sure, leave a like. It would very much help my video out. It definitely helps recommend it to other people, and it would mean a lot to me. So please leave a like, as well as subscribe. It would also incredibly help if you subscribe. You'll get a lot more content on Loki. Like I said, I'm working a lot more videos. I'm working on one with deleted scenes for Loki. I'm working on top 5 things that need to happen in season 2 of Loki, and so on and so on. So definitely subscribe to see more Loki coverage. I'm also doing a video like this for Black Widow, which is everything that Black Widow sets up, which I kind of got behind in, and now I'm gonna do it. So I'm definitely gonna do it, probably releasing tomorrow or after tomorrow. If it already came out, then link will be in the corner or here. So for sure, make sure to check it out. If it already came out, link will be in the corner, like I said. And definitely just subscribe for a lot more content. I'm also gonna be covering What If and so many other MCU projects. So definitely make sure to subscribe. You won't miss anything, and you'll get a bunch of good coverage. Also, make sure to comment down below which of these projects makes you the most excited. I know some of you are probably going to say Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness or Spider-Man No Way Home, but I don't care. You guys can say it, and you can say why. I'm just so hyped up with Loki and everything that sets up, and especially making this video, it just got me super hyped up. So definitely just tell me down in the comments, or maybe tell me what did you not expect the Loki setup that now you're thinking maybe it did set up. Just tell me down in the comments down below. I'm definitely very curious to read them, and I'll definitely respond. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and this is Jam Entertainment out.